My husband and I moved to Little Rock, Arkansas in 2008. We were so excited on cloud nine to be starting our lives together there and really getting our career started and starting a family there. After we had been in Little Rock for about 6 months, because it was December of 2008, we got a phone call that would change our lives. It was from my stepfather, and he had called to tell us that my mom had been in a car accident, was hit by an 18-wheeler and was killed instantly. It was literally like the waves completely engulfed me, and I was drowning. I began to drown. I call the next year, 2009, the year that doesn't exist, because I just checked out and didn't really care. I felt like I was in this dark, cold, wet trench, and I was just like, God, I'm in here alone, and I'm scared, and I hate this. And he said, no, you're not. I'm here too. I'm cold, it's dark, and it's wet, and I'm in this trench with you. And I love you so much, daughter, and I want you to get out of this trench with me. And in my head, I just picture him literally picking me up with both of his arms, because I couldn't do anything for myself, and carrying me out of the trench. In June of 2013, we moved to Cincinnati, where my husband took a job at Cincinnati Children's. We had only been in our house for about 24 hours. I was 6 months pregnant with our second baby boy. There was a voicemail, and it said, you need to call home, there's been an emergency. And I thought, nothing else can happen bad again, right? And I called home, and he said, your little sister didn't wake up this morning. She had a seizure in her sleep, and she had a history of epilepsy since she was little. And we just found her at lunchtime, and she didn't wake up. And so for 10 to 30 seconds after that, I thought, for sure, I'm going back in the pit. This is the darkness. This is the end. The waves are crashing. There's no way I will come out of this. I'm going straight back to 2009 that didn't exist. I knew that's exactly where I was headed. But I only allowed those thoughts and Satan to tell me that for 30 seconds before God said, no, you are not. You're not going back to that place. You are not. I am going to be here with you, and you're going to take my hand, and this time we're going to start this walk together, and you're not going to be alone this time. So then my husband, Johnny, walked in the door, and he had already been notified before I even had a chance to call him. And he walked in, and I said, just put your hands on me and pray for us and pray for our family. And he prayed the most beautiful and eloquent prayer I've ever heard in my whole entire life for me and for our family. And I just knew in that moment that God was going to carry us through the storm, and that we were going to be okay. And we had this hope that I didn't have after my mom died, this hope of a future, hope of this little baby that I had in my belly, hope of being with my mother and my sister one day. It was just, Jesus gave me this hope in that moment that I didn't have before. I really think that the world tells us to be brave is to do things by yourself and to stand up and just do it on your own. But I think that the exact opposite is to be brave. I think to be brave is to say, I cannot do this by myself. I need Jesus and community, friends, family. You cannot do it by yourself. So I think for me, being brave was saying, God, hold my hand right now. We're going to do this together.